Well, our trading has closed on September 24th, 2025. We always begin with our disclaimer, go over our calls, and then make our predictions. This is my trading plan for tomorrow. Tomorrow is September 25, 2025. Remember, right now, it's only a plan. I can still change it. I can be wrong and trade at your own risk. Also, overnight futures haven't opened yet, and that might change things. Look for the pattern with the early high and the late low, and that's this. And tomorrow also has the early high. We said that we had a higher target, 66.90, 302. If this 6,700 cash top we called worked, I'd be happier if we left a failed target. So we did fail at the target, and that's actually what I wanted. We now have a higher target, 66, 62.15, because we've hit a top right here. I believe this is confirmation of the top. These higher targets might fail, but that doesn't mean they will. That doesn't mean they will fail. And if we don't gap under this low, as we'll see, the odds are good we're going to be up tomorrow, even if we don't close up. We got a buy signal in the morning. We haven't gone high enough to satisfy it. We should at least go over this high, which gives us a target of 66, 62.15. In the afternoon, we got an ultimate buy signal plus a lower target. We hit the lower target. It was a false move. We've already retraced, and that's played out. Now, we hit a high here of 66.43.59. That's enough. That's enough to satisfy the ultimate buy signal, but it's really the minimum, and almost always by tomorrow we're going to get more than this minimum. That's not a lot higher than where we are now, but almost always we're going to get at least 66.43.60, even though it's not a requirement, and we still have a price target here quite a bit higher than where we closed. It might fail, we were in free fall for a while. This could always fail, but there's a higher target here too. So we have higher targets. Now again, if you gap down smartly, we all know the rules. We gap down smartly, those targets are killed. The price remains, but not the time. But we don't know at this point if we're going to gap down smartly or not. This is just a reminder of what we said. We needed confirmation, and we have it. We said if we gapped up, we had two resistance levels. This was an inverted diamond on stilts. We have resistance here, resistance here. I said I preferred this one. We came darn close. There's no law says you have to hit resistance, but it gave you a general idea of where to look for this to top out. These are the trend lines we've been following for a long time. And if you look, we hit this trend line in a straight line. And you all know my rule. You go to a trend line in a straight line, either you gap under the line or the line wins. Which means if we don't gap under this, but move under it anyway, it probably won't stick. It'll probably retrace. So if we are going to go higher tomorrow, change that. If we're going to go lower tomorrow, you really want to gap under this line, which for all intents and purposes means to gap under this low. Now, it's certainly possible we gap under the low, but we have a probable higher target. We have a required higher target, which might fail. We have dropping all day without being able to close under any of these lows. I think we've hit a major top. It doesn't mean we drop every day. If we're going to drop tomorrow, you really have to gap under this. And if we don't, we have higher targets. I'm not looking to play higher targets. I'm looking for places to put on short positions with a stop over this high. We might get that chance tomorrow. I think we'll know at the open. Thursday's pattern has a early high regardless of where we open. Here is a higher MEJT target. Unless we gap down smartly, the rules call for it to print. We had a strong down day but closed over intraday lows. In addition, we dropped to a significant trend line in a straight line. If the declines to continue unabated, we need to gap under this line, which is about the price of today's low. I think today's action confirmed yesterday's top right at our price, but that doesn't mean we drop every day. Just don't forget, at this point, I think any long positions a counter-trend trade. Counter-trend trade, it works immediately or you get out. I'm looking for places to enter short positions. This would be a great one. It isn't too much in percentage terms away from this. Going over here might be a place too. But if we gap down, then forget everything I said, because then all this bullishness goes away. So it's the pattern with the early high. Bears need to gap under this. That is not impossible. But if they can't, we have higher targets, even though they might fail. And that is today's call.